Hi, how are you? This is JilliBling. Are you ready for a little bit of spring in this cold weather? Oh, I'd love to be out there gardening and the warmth on my back. In the mini catalog, the upcoming mini catalog, right here, there is a new stamp set, and it's right here, Grow with Love. And this stamp set is intended for like little seeds or maybe little gift cards, and it's got the coolest die. I'll show you here in just a minute. But all these images, plus the frame, there's a die to cut that out, plus the circle too, and 2 word labels from the Garden of. Thanks so much for your love and care, which I guess you do with seeds. You grow them. You're on my mind. So I love the realistic, the distinctive type stamps, and they don't have this labeled as distinctive, but I'm thinking it is. It's just so pretty. And here's the paper. You probably recognize it. It is the lavender paper from the annual catalog. So I'll be using this. And here are the 2 samples. This is the one I started with, and I decided I just love this. And if you're local and you come to class, you might be saying, that paper combination, it looks a little bit familiar, because I did this for Halloween, and I had a whole bunch of leftover little kits, paper card kits for this right here. And they're just sitting there waiting for me to get them done. And I haven't. Then when I looked at the set, I thought, wait a minute, I could use the black paper here. Just put a piece of designer paper over the top, and I'm loving how it came out. And all the different herbs in here, I'm not sure that they all belong with the purple, but when I look them up, for sure the rosemary and the thyme, there is thyme, there's little flowering or flowering versions of both of them, and they both have purple flowers. Maybe that's what's making me think I could get away with using the lavender paper. But I like that. I like the outcome. I like how it looks. So there's that one. And then there's this one, just a little bit different. Oh, and this ribbon. It's good. It's new. It's coming. It is Fresh Freesia seam binding. And I don't know that it really matches with the Blackberry Bliss and the Highland Heather and the Grape, but in my world does. So I want to do another one. I have plans to do one additional sample, but you know, when the husband is away, you have to take advantage of the quiet time, which is right now. He'll be back in an hour and 10 minutes. So it was perfect timing. Therefore, this idea hasn't come yet. But this is the back side of that designer paper. And I just stamped all the different herbs all over it. Are they herbs? I don't know that they're herbs. So I'm thinking we'll go, I'm not sure where it will go. I haven't got this one figured out, but I really like how and where it's going. But I'll have it pictured on my blog. Can't go there. This needs to fill up. I'll figure it out. So, you ready to make one today? Today is the 4th one. So we're going to do mint. Mint. And just so you know, you're aware, if ever you have a stamp set, all of these are looking pretty good over here, but if ever you have a stamp set and the rubber is not in the center of the stamp, this is another new one, Memorable Blooms. I can't wait to use this one. You can call Stampin' Up! And mention it to them, and they stand behind their product. So for instance, this one right here, it's cutting off the edges of the stamp. And you could just call them and tell them it's not centered. The stamped area, it's not centered. So even if you put the label on it, when you stamp it, you think you know what you're getting, but it's going to be a lot lower. So the only reason I say that is because the next stamp I'm going to use, I tried to fix it, and it turned out to be a problem. But the stamp still works fine. So with my scissors, I trimmed around it, and look, doesn't that look just fine? So if I stamp it, I know exactly what I'm gonna get. The image is right where it should be, but you could see how close it was over here. Now when I turn it over, because I put the label on right in the middle of the stamp, when I turn it over, you're probably gonna cringe, but I know it's my fault. But I called them about some of the others, plus this one is just too close to the edge. Look what I did to it. I chopped off the top. But we know, when you turn it over this way, it's gonna stamp fine. So, just FYI. But let's use this one today, the mint. Okay, so here's some samples. I kind of wanna do all this craziness on the background and flip it over. The designer paper, flip it over to the back more solid side. Heat embossing. Words. I like these words. Thanks so much for your love and care. That's nice. I'm thinking of what should I put on the inside, and I'm not sure that that font really matches. That font doesn't match. This is a little bit closer. Well, this one, no, I was going to say it has the block letters, but these are a little bit more script. Thanks so much for your love and care. Thanks for being you. How about that one? Thanks for being you. I don't have it prepared, but now I do. Okay, so we'll use those two. This one on the outside, oh, the dies. Okay, so these are the 3 sets used for all these projects. Look at that. Do you know how that is? These fold in, this folds up, these fold in, or the other way around. This is for putting the linen thread or baker's twine on. That's for cutting out those words. Grown with love. That's a little gift card or a seed packet holder. And then I have the rest of the dies in use. Fun, fun, fun. I might try to do one of these, put it on the inside as a gift card holder. Look at that. Look how perfect that would fit. Oh, yeah. But this is fun. I mean, you should get the bundle just so you can have the gift card holder. You know what this would be good for? Is if you took this at, like right here, so you know that's where you pull stuff out of. Would it go there or would it go somewhere? I need to play around with that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have like the thumb holder in it, well, these would fold in. Okay, that's fine. So once these fold in, I'm not sure how to do that. So say that they're folded in, then you could put this over where they connect, and that could be your, here, see a gift card in there? Pull it out. You know, your thumb hole. Thumb hole. Which way does it fit in here? Okay, let's get started. I have it kind of already partially done. I was going to do it as one of the samples. Then I'm like, oh, this ribbon is current now. Let me use that. And then I looked over there and realized it was the stamp I messed up, but we're going to go with it. Ooh. Good catch. Good catch. Today is just a challenging day. It was this thick, too heavy. Okay, so this is a seam binding. Isn't that pretty? See how delicate it is? Yeah, it is. Seam binding ribbon, freesia. But I don't think that's going to go with the mint card, but I'll keep it nearby just in case. The mint one. I have an idea. I kind of have it laid out. Let's start some of these other pieces though. So here's the card base. Everything just fell. And this can be attached. Oh, I want to try that. I want to stamp on it. Let's do that. Let's just start there. Then I'm just going to pull out all the pieces. Okay, so I'm going to stamp all of the botanicals on there in Memento. And what's really nice is see how delicate they all are? It's a very nice stamp, which is probably why they did it in rubber. So you get all that detail. So, Memento. Okay, here we go. Basil. Basil can be right here and right here. I'm just trying to make sure that my words are straight on all of them. And how about some mint? Mint. Maybe a little bit of the top of the mint because it's just so pretty. Okay. What else? Is it pretty? They're all nice. See the one in the middle, I know it's going to be covered. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Hopefully I don't have too many more. I'm running out of space. Uh-oh. I want to put something here, but right there. Just because it kind of goes off to the left a bit. And chances are that's going to be covered. Okay, that's pretty. That's good. Success. Sometimes you just need success. And verse and mark for the words. Let's do the words. I'll show you how pretty this turned out. And keep in mind that it's like, oh, it's overlapping there, but I'm sure that the focal point will go over. Okay, so for the words, I already have them picked out. So we need Betty Boop, which was causing problem earlier. Betty. And oh, these words, here they are. Thanks so much for your love and care. That's nice. Since I'm at it, might as well do two. I did my embossing buddy on all of it. Okay. And then into the black powder it goes. The black powder, you know, I know what it is. I had too much caffeine. Because the black powder, I flipped something and it went everywhere today. So it's like, okay, that paper is now designated as underneath the embossing powder paper. Ooh, look how nice that came out. Yeah. So this all goes off to the side. Gently, no more whoopses. And we'll heat those up. So if you heat it up too much, especially on paper that's a little bit thirsty, like crumb cake, not so much white and vanilla, but if you heat it up too much, the product, the shiny, sinks into the paper and it loses its shine. So you just want to do it until the powder is gone. Yes. Okay, so now the dies. The dies, there is this big one. We have our big black paper to do too. This one comes along with the bundle. And look at the ziggle-zaggle edges here and then over here. Then there's a little mini one that I did the Just a Note on, or You're on my mind. That one fits. And then these are for the images. Okay. I'm going to use this one here. Cut that out. Okay, so there's that. Let me show you about the black one. So, understated elegance. I love that. So, to me, that means black on black. You can hardly see it, but you know it's there. And when you see it, you're like, oh, what else am I missing? There's all these little details. And I would do my embossing buddy, but because it's black on black, it'll be a little bit hidden. So I'm not going to worry about doing embossing buddy. Okay. Goes into the black powder. Okay. So if I hold this up just right, you'll be able to see it. Sometimes if I look at the screen, I could see if you can see it or not. Right there. So, just the powder. It's a nice stamp. Isn't that pretty? Then there's a die for that. And I'll tell you, I tried 4 times, and each time I did pretty good, good enough, but each of the 4 times I never got success, complete success. And you would think, it's just a rectangle. I know, but it's a good thing that it's hardly seen. So there it is. This one I think is the closest that I got to success. I think it's just maybe a little bit bigger over here, a little bit bigger here, but it's going to be so covered up. Can you see how nice that is? I'm trying to wait until you could see the glare. There it is, up here at the top. And in person you could see it a little bit more. Okay, let's see what we're doing. That's for the other project. This is going to go here. See, that already looks good. What is the white for? Oh, the white is for stamping the mint. 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 One time, long time ago, I decided I want to grow herbs. So in the back corner, Tony made me this little, in the corner of the backyard, he made me this little planter. See how this is going to stamp. Ooh, that's pretty. And I grew all different herbs. It was so fun to buy them, then to plant them, and they were just thriving. So some of you know exactly where I'm going with this. Oh, can you see how pretty that is? Look how detailed this is. The mint went crazy. The mint crept over into the neighbor's yard that did nothing with their yard. They had a whole backyard of mint. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Okay, so there's a die, and the die cuts off the words, which is okay. Look how perfect that is. I mean, we're doing good now. Okay, so here we go. This is kind of the plan. So you can't even see all my duplicates of that. I'm thinking this can go under here. And this is that holiday spruce in the holiday mini catalog. Satin and sheer ribbon, shaded spruce. This is very pretty. Look at that. Okay, and then this image colored in, we'll have to do a little coloring on the inside. And because it's so small, there's no blending. And because it's so small, it's kind of a pain in the behind to color. But then when you get this, it's nice. So I was thinking maybe some linen thread with this, but it's so pretty. I think I planned on smaller words. Oh, that one looks better. More of the ribbon shows. Okay, I think I need to start sticking it down. Okay. Sticking it down. I think the other ones, because I added ribbons and bows, I didn't add any bling. I keep thinking it needs bling, but I'm trying not. Like the purple sparkle gems. But I'm trying to keep it natural and kind of simple. Trying. Okay, that's good. So this I could put down flat, or I could put it with the dimensionals. That's pretty. If you're liking purple, this is calling your name. It's like every purple in the book on this project. There is heather, grape, the designer paper has blackberry bliss, more dimensionals, one more in the middle. Okay, so this will go just like that. Okay, this can go here. Let me put my little tag on too. So that one I just trimmed with my snips. I think all of them I put it down on the bottom on the right. Maybe I'll try something different. How about that? Or maybe it could just be even smaller over here. How's this gonna go? You know, because this is crumb cake, and that's kind of the only natural thing on there, let me try this. Till I stick it down, it doesn't matter. So if I did just a swoosh of it underneath. Ooh, that is kind of natural looking. Okay, I'll do that because the linen thread goes well with the crumb cake word label. This might need to go like just a rectangle right down here, like it was on the stamp. Oh, the stamp has it on the other side. I think there's a gap over here, therefore it goes over there. Okay, so for now, let's do oh, it is kind of cute there. Okay, right there. I don't know. Good thing I can make a whole bunch of them. That little word is so tiny. I'm loving it. Look how tiny it is. Okay, so then this can go down flat. Just because I'll have dimensionals on the mint plant. And that will go right about there. So this can go here. Okay, so stick down that crazy right in the middle. Okay, redo. So wrap it around twice. Do a figure 8. Oh, I'm going to make my fingers more open so it's a little bit bigger. Pinky's a little bit more open. Okay, and give it a twist like a figure 8. Okay, and then I can adjust it. This one could be lower. These need to be a little different. Can't be the same length. Oh, that's covering up the words. Okay, other side. Well, redo. Twist, but going this way. Okay. I had to put dimensionals, tame that beast. I might make it smaller. Good thing I could keep pulling it up. Okay, tiny fingers this time. Maybe 3 fingers. That's just like the twigs underneath the plant. Like the shrubbery, the stuff you're supposed to rake. That's better. Okay. Dimensionals. Quite a few, so it'll hold down the linen thread. I think I'm going to put glue on the stem. Make it flat. Make it look a little 3D-like. Right there in the middle. On the black paper, it looks just so proud. It's like that is the mint plant. Oops, crooked. This is our specimen. That's why it's labeled. See, it's kind of simple. There, that makes it look like it's the first prize mint. That doesn't work. I was thinking maybe some of this, maybe if it was tied on. No, that kind of interrupts it. Okay, just gonna stick with the plan. Ribbon. Here. I don't know why I think it needs more. That's kind of cute. The words are kind of not the mint, it's all proper. The realistic images are kind of proper, and then these words are a little bit, I think the font is a little bit playful. Like, you're on my mind. It's, okay, let's see how this is. Get my knots going the other direction. Okay, when I trim that up, it's going to be a little bit more tidy to go with the whole feel of this little bit of perfection. The mint is perfect. It even has its own label. And try that seed packet thing. So this is going to drop down just a little bit below the focal point. pretty much the same size as this frame. Okay, so I'll trim these up so it's tidy. Okay, and that I want to be a little random. Okay, so what do you think? Was it worth all the heartache? These, I kind of messed up the edge while trying new things, so trim that. Where's my ribbon scissors? From days gone by. Okay, so for the inside, I have no plan. But I like what some of these others are. So some of the others, see, that's cute. Just a little one thing at the bottom. I'm thinking this. What was this one? Pretty much the same thing. Words, a greeting, words, and then it off to the side. Let's do it in the middle. Ensure that's straight. Okay, so you're on my mind. Let's see what else goes with it. That's from here. Oh, I decided something already. Thanks for being you. That's good. That can go right here in Memento. Then at the bottom, in the middle, is mint. So pretty. Okay, now a little bit of coloring. And maybe a little bow, just like that one. Oh, I end up working in 2 inches of space. This is crazy. Okay, so for the mint, I'm going to color using spruce. And just do a few little swishes of dark. And then I'll fill in the rest of it with shaded spruce light. And I'm going to do the stems in shaded spruce light. And because there's so much detailing already on the stamp, on the rubber, I'm not worrying too much about perfect coloring or even perfect shading. Just wherever they have a dark area, I'm putting some shaded spruce dark. It's kind of nice that they do all the figuring. Trying to leave the stem so it could be spruce light. Okay, I'll hold this up. Not that it's anything other than what you expect. At this point, just kind of a mess. So if I have a good new marker, looks pretty good, I probably could get into all these, it's not perfectly new. When I'm brushing the tips, color is not coming. Okay, let's see how this end is going to work. This end works fine. It's not dry. I went out of the lines. That's where I'll have to put the bow. Speaking of bow, so Tony goes to bed earlier than I do, and he took Bo out. This is just part of the evening routine. And then when I went to go to bed, maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes later, usually he just stays there under his blankets and he's over there sleeping away. But last night he decided, oh, okay, will you take me out? Because I know if I do my thing, you'll give me, see, I had to be careful what words I say. You'll give me a biscuit. I'll call it a biscuit. You know, a dog bone. But Tony had taken him out just a few minutes before, and I should know better about this. And because he's so good, because he's such a little piggy, he wants his bone. He does his thing, and he runs in, he beats me to the door. He's that fast, because he's on a mission. Last night, went out, not on a leash, because I know he's going to do his business, like he usually does. No, what's he do? He thinks he hears something, and he goes taking off. This is at, I think, like 9:37, and I'm like, don't start barking at this time of night. And he's a hound dog, so he's doing what dogs are supposed to do, but he was way in the back, so I came inside, got a flashlight, just so I could see where is he, and I was hoping it was no black and white critter, because we know who would win, and then we know who would be getting a bath in the driveway, then we know who would be getting a second bath in the house, in the shower with Mom. So I came in to tell Tony, Bo is out there barking up a tree, because I saw where he was, and he was as happy as could be, but I didn't smell anything in the air. Like, okay. And then I came in, it's like, I can't just wait him out and go to sleep. It doesn't work like that. I can't just lay there and fall asleep. No. So I came back in, and I was going to tell Tony, again, I did this twice. Bo's barking up a tree, like implying, will you go get him? But as I came back in the house, nearing the bedroom, Tony was just snoring away, didn't hear any of it. Okay, I'm going to be the mom. So, put on something other than slippers, and I went out there with the leash, and I got them, and came in, and my slippers were all wet. The bottom of my robe was all wet, and he was just as happy as could be, all out of breath, because he had been barking up like 3 different trees. It's like, you don't see anything up there, otherwise you'd be under just one tree. Anyhow, so today he's exhausted, and he's just sleeping. Tony covered him up before he left for his afternoon run, and he hasn't moved. He's just exhausted. How can dogs do that? They could sleep all day long and all night long. Yeah. So that's my exciting story for today. What else? Let's see, today's Thursday. Tomorrow I have class in Cottage Grove. That's why I'm doing, that's one of the reasons for this card is Jeannie, she doesn't really like to do Christmas cards, and she hasn't outright said that. She just says, well, and this is after knowing her for 3 years now, well, I'm not really in the mood to do Christmas. What else do you have? And in December, that's all I have, is like everything Christmas, or maybe like leftovers from fall, which I don't have. And I think she's done all those, because I started doing Christmas in, what, October? When did the mini catalog come out? So I was thinking, oh my gosh, I have nothing for her. And this one came together. It's going to be perfect. And it's not too hard, which I like, I appreciate, and I love the images. I don't know if this will be her cup of tea or not, but it's my only non-Christmas. Sometimes it's nice to do non-Christmas in December. Just because the last few months, everything has been Christmas. I love it. Especially that golden greenery paper. I love it. Okay, I'll hold this up. A few light spots there. And because I did the stems in Shaded Spruce Light, you could still see the line art work. Okay, looking at it in the camera, that was a whole lot of work for, maybe if I had my glasses on right, it wouldn't be just a blob, but it's pretty. Okay, and then just a tiny little bow to cover up my too thick of stems, of stalks. I think that's it. So which one do you like? As in for design, and as in herb, and also as in eating. Like, do you make mint tea? I spent a little time in Belgium, and our neighbors next door, they made their own tea. There was like 9 people in one apartment. They're from Morocco, and they made tea out of tea leaves, and then they made it really sweet. And then we didn't talk the same language, but they would always offer me tea. And in this little clear cup, just clear glass, about that big, maybe this big around. And I'd say, oh, I'm waiting. It's too hot. And so I would like my mouth hot. And they go, oh, okay. And then the mom, she would take another glass and she would pour it from, like, as long as your arm could stretch, and she'd get it right into the cup. Then she'd take this one and pour it. And then before you know it, she goes, here you go, here. And it's like, that's perfect temperature. But she would pour it like as far up as your arms would stretch. And they had mint out on their little porch. And I think they just put sugar cubes with it. But it was delightful. I think it's traditional Moroccan tea. Mint. That's what mint means to me. Oh, I had to do the bow. I get carried away with these stories. Okay, so just a little tiny, simple. I don't think it's possible to do a double bow this tiny. I think if so, it would make me crazy. I mean, you have to use like a fork or something. Mint. Mint is, that's probably why I grew it at our first house. Because I was trying to be like Ricky and her family. And you know, Ricky was like high school age, but she didn't go to high school. And she's like, no, I have to be here to take care of the kids. I think it was 9 kids and then the 2 adults, 11 of them, in that one apartment. They ranged all ages, but Ricky did everything. Everything. Okay, so it's gonna go right here. Very sweet. That brings the outside in. That brings the crumb cake into the inside of the card. Mentha, mint. Okay, that's it for today's project and today's stories. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Have a good one. Bye.